I think there's something unique about our geography, our history, and to be honest, our culture as well. It's part of our identity. Phrases such as carrying coals to Newcastle make people think about engineering in the region, but actually it's much more than that. There's been shipbuilding, there's been, there's the Armstrong, and all of the heritage associated with the region. It's in our DNA. I think it's really important for people to realise that the sector is still growing, and it's still a big employer in the region. I think people think of British manufacturing as dead, and that's absolutely not the case. What I think is really great about the Common Room is it's bringing together all the different stakeholders that are in and around the sector, and giving them one voice. Because of our heritage and our history and our culture, it's such an important sector, but people outside the region don't know that. People outside the region think it's grim up north. We historically have difficulty attracting candidates from outside the region. Unless they've already got roots here, they don't tend to be easy to encourage to come here. But I think if you can get people on a train and you can show them around the different cities in the northeast and show them what we've got, the coast, the countryside, and the cost of living, I think there's some real benefits to living in the region. So we need to raise the profile of the sector so we can attract those skilled candidates. The benefit of raising the profile of the sector is that we become a hub of expertise, somewhere people come, somewhere people associate with knowledge and innovation. As a region, we have lower than average qualifications. We have higher than average unemployment. And those two things together mean that there needs to be opportunities for everybody. There is a real upskilling opportunity, and I've worked with some great organisations to develop foundation degrees for people with no high-level qualifications. Making the region somewhere that is associated with that knowledge will just increase those opportunities for collaboration and just make it a destination. Well, at the minute, the offshore renewable sector is massively growing. There's some real development in and around the Port of Tyne. And again, as a sector, we're really good at talking to each other. And as a region, we're really friendly. And that lends itself to becoming a collective voice. Last week, I chaired a table at an HR forum on skills, and knowing I was coming to this, I asked my HR colleagues exactly what their experience of the difficult to recruit skills were, and actually there was two ends of the spectrum, and there was the high tech skills that people are struggling to recruit for, and also the trade skills as well. Historically, with the trade skills, they've struggled with an ageing workforce, and the jobs that the people who are retiring don't want their children and grandchildren to do. And since the apprentice levy came in, we've had lower uptake as a region of apprenticeships, which is really disappointing. Well, I think it's a long-term problem, and there's a lot of it starts with uptake of STEM subjects in schools. There's a gender issue in the sector. There's not a balance. I think when you're interviewing apprentices and when you're recruiting for these positions, I'm always really surprised by how many of them tinker about in their dad's garage, and how people are already doing fun stuff that they don't even consider to be engineering, and it's making them realise that the Lego that they're doing and all of the things that they're enjoying doing, the coding, my son I can't drag him away from his Xbox, are helping him to understand that actually maths is really important to that, and drawing the parallels, and making young people want to go into that sector and know what they need to do in order to do that. I think it's crucial because there are so many stakeholders. It's a complicated problem, it's a long-term problem, it's too long-term a problem for it to be political. But there's so many stakeholders, employees, employers, the unions, all of those people, and there's nowhere actually that facilitates the debate and the collective response. And I think it's fantastic that the Common Room are providing that, and events like today are exactly what an organisation like the Common Room should be doing. The physical space, the geography of being somewhere gives it an identity. People want to be associated with that. It's very beautiful, it's rich in heritage, and also it's really close to the station, which makes it a great place for people to get to. Well, we should all care about our history, but without understanding how we got to where we are today, without understanding the politics, the economics, the history, the philosophy behind how we got here, how do we plan for the future? And without a physical location, you're relying on Google and Wikipedia, and that's not always right. Whereas there's something solid and real about coming into somewhere, looking at real books and feeling part of something. I think when you're looking for an event, and there's all sorts of events, whether it's in your personal life or whether it's a corporate event, you want somewhere that's going to have the wow factor. You want somewhere that's going to stand out, that people are going to remember, that people won't blend into all of the other places they've been. And also you want something that reflects your identity. So what I like about working with engineers is it's not just and working in and around engineering. Making stuff, it becomes who you are. It's more than a job, it's your whole personality. And how fantastic to have an event space that can reflect your personality and be memorable. I think it's a voice, and it's a unified voice, and it's important to have that unified voice because of all of the different needs and experiences, and that to me is what the Common Room is. It's a voice for the sector. One of the things that has historically been a challenge for us recruiting, particularly apprentices, has been that schools and teachers don't understand what the variety of jobs there can be in and around engineering. And there's some great work being done on that and on that education engagement piece. But I think if I can give one piece of advice to young people today, it's stick in at maths. It's so important. It's going to become even more important in the world of big data. And when you're playing on your Xbox, that is underpinned by maths. Everything that you do is, I didn't engage with maths, it was a dry subject, but you've got to stick in at it. And what you can get from a career in engineering is you can travel the world, you can get all sorts of opportunities. No day is the same, but the skills you'll get from studying engineering are universally applicable. It's a problem-solving approach, and every day there's new problems to solve, whatever sector you're in. So yeah, stick in at maths.